My name is Jake. I've been doing doors and in the security industry for 15 years. I currently work for Immortal Protection.
Sweet. And we'll go to questions. What's one moment on the job that made you think, this is why I do this?
I don't think it's like a moment I've had. There's been a lot of moments, but I feel like God put me on earth to protect, and that's what I try to do. And now I got nieces and nephews and family members starting to go out and enjoy themselves as well. So we try to provide a safe environment for that too, for everyone else as well.
How do you mentally prepare for a shift knowing anything can happen?
Every situation's different, so you got a different approach to it. I don't really mentally prepare myself for shifts, but we all like to go home back to our families and stuff, so we always tread carefully, no matter any situation.
What's the biggest misconception people have about bouncers?
There's a big stereotype. In some cases, they think that there's these big for nothing, body on the door type of people, but we serve a purpose in this industry and in nightlife. To think about it, you have thousands of people that go out and only a handful of us watching out. And we're not bad people, we try our best to make sure everyone has a enjoyable night and gets home to their families as well.
Have you ever had to step in to protect someone from a bad situation?
Yeah, I have, and I found myself with a court case because of it. But I have a niece that I was telling her how safe it is, and just because I've worked on the doors and I've been safe every time I go out. And just one night, just wrong people, rowdy people, gave her that bad experience.
How do you handle aggressive or intoxicated people without escalating the situation?
Just bring them down to your level, speak at a tone where you're here, and then when they're up here, you just bring them down to your level and just, tell them that, let them explain what's going on with them and just be an ear for them and try to find a solution from there and just move forward from it. Not that hard.
And what's the best way to tell if someone is about to start trouble before they even walk in?
Body language. I will spot trouble from down the road. I observe just past whoever's in front of me. So if obviously they look aggressive and stuff, you just talk to them, and if they're still on a certain level, obviously you're not gonna let them into that club or the establishment that you're working, because then it'll affect onto everyone else. Safety for both sides, I think.
Have you ever had to remove someone you know personally, and how do you handle that?
Just like everybody else, rules apply to everyone. Come and show respect and you'll get respect back. I've removed a lot of my family members and friends, and you just tell them, this is not a party house, man. This is a establishment for people to enjoy, not just you guys.
And do they get like a warning or anything?
No, mate. No warnings here, brother.
Yeah.
It's one strike.
And what's one rule you always stick to when working the door?
I think over the years it changes to, you got to be a bit more approachable. You want people to be safe coming up to you and asking for help or with anything they have issues with. I want them to be like, I can approach this guy. He looks like someone that can help. And I want for all our boys to be like that. You don't have to be staunch, so don't be staunch, actually.
Don't be
staunch.
There's a lot of young people coming into the security, and maybe they don't have the patience yet to tolerate people just, mouthing off at them.
Yeah.
What's the best way to hold your temper?
Best way to hold, I always go, benefit of the doubt. I'm if they're not drunk, I'm sure they're nice people when they're sober. So I try to see the good in people and let them get out their frustrations. And once they're done with that, again, we'll find a solution and move forward.
What's the most ridiculous excuse someone has given to get into a venue?
To get into a club? Oh, damn. I had, I don't even think I could say it on the camera, but I think a gentleman's wife was playing up and he wanted evidence for court. I was like, well, I don't think it's the place for that. Because I need your help. I need I want to come video, catch you in the act, take it to court. My money is my money. I was like, fair enough for us. Do your thing. Don't start trouble though. He got his evidence. I don't know if he took her to court or they're back together, if they work things out. I'm not sure.
That's actually funny. That's actually quite cool. Have you ever had someone try to bribe their way in, and what happened?
Nah, I personally haven't taken anything. I'll tell them, spend it on the bar, 100%, spend it in the bar. Life lessons, bro.
100%. What's the most unexpected thing you've seen happen on the job?
Oh man, I've seen quite a bit happen on the doors, mainly Auckland. When I did doors in Auckland, everything happens up there. Nothing that I can say though.
In saying that though, would you say that the nightlife does come with its difficulties that people don't realize?
100%, because you got to remember, everybody, they're not drunk, but they want to go find a good time, but they come from different backgrounds and different parties, and then they come and clash into town, and you don't know if your vibes is going to match this vibe, and it's different. It's difficult because you find yourself in trouble like that, and if you don't know how to deal with your circle, then you're going to get heaps of trouble. If you're too drunk to go out, just stay home, drink in the garage and chill, and you know, at least you're safe in a safe environment. That's the safest place to be, is at home.
In saying that too, because like, you know, anything can happen on the door. How do you stay professional when a situation is just too funny?
Too funny?
In saying that, it's not like, you know, it's
I'm not laughing
like
at the people, but I'll laugh at the situation afterwards though. You know, when you have your little debrief and you just think about how your night went and what could have went better or what do we need to improve on. We always have those funny moments, and you just got to try to keep a straight face, be professional.
What's the straightest thing someone has tried to sneak into a club?
If I see someone trying to sneak in, obviously after they've been kicked out, I give them like a disappointed look. You know, I gave you a chance to go and sober up, and now you want to come and sneak into establishments when you don't need to do that. Just listen to us and trust us. When we say to go sober up, go do it. Like 100%, I'll let you back in if I see you make an effort to try to sober yourself up.
And if they're in like a good state to come
100%,
back in.
yeah. You know, it comes with common sense.
On the topic of sneaking, people try to sneak in like drinks.
Yeah, I've seen. I remember working at one club, and I seen a female walking towards us, a group, and she was walking kind of weird. I didn't judge off the bat, obviously. So I was like, oh, I need to check your bag if you need alcohol and stuff like that. One of her friends pushed her, and a wine bottle just fell out of her dress.
Oh, so she was holding it
between her legs. I was like, man,
that's crazy.
Shucks. God damn, man.
Desperation to sneak a bottle into.
Yeah, you gotta, you know, don't do that, guys. Come as you are. If you can't, if you don't, just don't do it, bro.
That is a very odd story. All right, you've spoken on a lot of different tips and tricks and advice and insights of being a doorman. What's the best way to avoid trouble when you're out at a bar or club? Yeah, if you're gonna come out with your friends and stick together with them. Don't leave your group and wander off and to do this and that or whatever side quest you guys got going on. Just stay with your group. Look, make sure you guys look after each other and you guys have a way home at the end of the night. Think about all of that before you leave. Whatever house party or concert you're at, make sure you have a safe way home and you got a good group around you and you guys are looking after each other. If you just need help, like I said, we walk around Courtney Place most weekends, so you can just come approach us then. What makes a great security professional versus just a big guy at the door?
Yeah, one thing will be, you got to be approachable and customer service based as well. In certain situations, you got to talk your way out of stuff and keep people calm. Sort of body on the door, checking IDs and looking grumpy. It's not like that now. Times have changed, but you still need to be cautious as well. It's just a bit of interpersonal skills.
And you want to be approachable, right? And in order to do that as well and to help with help the business, help you keep your job. I think the next question is very important in that regard. How do you build trust with regular patrons and venue staff? I
think if venue staff, obviously you look after them first. They're your clients and you gotta make sure they're feeling safe. So safe enough to do their job. If they're safe enough to do their job, that means everybody in that venue's enjoying themselves and then having a good time out and the doors looked after of regular patrons. If they're regulars, that means you're doing something right because you're the first point of door. You're the first point for the club. So you're probably the reason why they keep coming back because you make them feel safe and stuff like that.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone thinking about getting into security work?
My advice for someone getting into security or door work is come in and be willing to learn of everyone. learn of this person. Like I've got a lot of people that I've looked up to doing doors, and I've taken little pieces from them, and I've got my own style now. Doing the security work that we do, it can take you around the world if you take it seriously. Like, you know, it's not just, like I get a lot of people say, oh, get a real job, blah, 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 and I just ignore that. But this job can take you around the world. You meet all different people from different walks of life, and then they become lifelong friends too. Like I've been doing doors a long time. I got my friends now, I call them like friends outside of work as well. They're my lifelong friends. But some of my best friends I've met through the doors. Just take the experience and then see where you go from there. But don't come in acting staunch and stuff. You'll find yourself on your back real fast that way. Chill and then be happy. Make other people happy. Keep them safe too.
How do you switch off after a tough shift?
How do I switch off a tough shift? After shift, like all the boys, we just chill. Probably like 15 minutes after work, and then just decompress and have a smoke. Don't smoke now, but that's how I do it. By the time I get home, I'm on shower and bed. Light work.
Light work. Is there anyone in the security business?
Shout out to I have a lot of people to shout out. But shout out my brother Mose. Like working with him. I've worked with him for many years, and I still work with him. But like he's someone I'm not blowing his head up. If there's like a hero for me, it'll be my brother. He's been through some shit, you know. Yeah. Love you also, and shout out Immortal.
You're fine.